Caruso runs a break. Caldwell Pope goes to the wing here. James! Oh!
Trying to play at the defensive end. Got blown by back.
Oh, yes!
Hook jam!
Harden, step back. Puts up the three. Got hit. Shot's good! And one!
Back this time here, Steph.
Oh, Russell Westbrook!
Another disappointing series, not in my favor. I honestly don't give a damn. The Bucks. The Bucks get eliminated by the Heat, not in 7 games, not in 6, but in 5. 5 seems to be the magic number today. 5 games, the Bucks got eliminated. Giannis did not play in Game 5. He had an injury, I think, to his ankle. He got injured in Game 4, and even then, you can't really blame the series on his injury because there was 3 games you played and you lost while you was on the court. The Heat, which many predicted them to have, had more heart in this series than the Bucks did. This was more about, I think this is more about the Bucks than it is about the Heat winning this series. I think with the Bucks, we're starting to see the problems of them a little bit more because where last year where they faced Kawhi Leonard and Toronto Raptors and you had them kind of wall up on Giannis, stop them from going past the free throw line. The Heat kind of implemented that same type of defense style. And like I said before, the Heat is the only team to beat the Bucks 3 times this season, 2 times in the regular season and 1 time in the bubble. So they already kind of had a defensive strategy against the Bucks, and it worked even in the playoffs. And Mike Budenholzer, who many attribute him to not be a coach to make adjustments in the playoffs. Some people think that's a downside of his game because he's a great regular season coach, as we've seen. They had the best record in the league in the entire league for the past 2 consecutive seasons, but not getting it done in the postseason where it really matters the most is where it's really count. We start seeing some glaring problems with the team, like Chris Middleton. Great player, he's a good all-star player, but he can't be that second guy on your team. If that's what you want to do to win a championship, he fits more as a third guy on the team. I think so, and many others agree too. Nothing wrong with that. He's still a good player, still a good all-star, but he's not really that second go-to guy on that team. And Bledsoe not showing up, and there's been many people talking about, as we've seen with the Thunder, they lost in Game 7 to the Houston Rockets, and Billy Donovan mutually parted ways with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and there's been talks of like trades for Chris Paul and kind of a little reset with the Thunder as well. Kind of just staying young and going young. Possibly we could see a trade. There's been rumors of possibly seeing Chris Paul going to Milwaukee. Now, what would that mean? Now, if we see Chris Paul go to Milwaukee, we got to keep in mind his age. He's 35 years old. I think he got 2 years left on his contract after this season. So you have Chris Paul at 35. If you put him on with the Bucks, let's say you trade him for Eric Bledsoe, let's see, some picks, DiVincenzo, who else would they even throw in? I don't know. I guess maybe some picks because if Oklahoma City want to go young, that would be the way they'll go. I don't see the bad thing for the Milwaukee to do was to trade would be to trade Chris Middleton because at that point you want to keep him there for that. You want to keep Chris Paul with them there to kind of take the ball out of Giannis' hands, but still have like a shooter like Chris Middleton over there and still have a dominant play like Giannis. If that was to happen, they could possibly win the championship next year if that was to happen. That could possibly happen. But you got to keep in mind that window of opportunity because even after next season, Giannis will become a free agent. Will he want to stay in Milwaukee? Will Chris Paul getting old? What will happen with that? Now, Giannis, following this recently, unfollowed everybody on the Milwaukee Bucks organization, his team. And he basically unfollowed everybody except for his family and Kobe Bryant. He's only following 8 people right now. So, and he had talks with I forgot the guy's name. One of the people in the front office. He talked to them for about 3 hours, and basically they was talking to him about what they need to win a championship. And the front office agreed. They said they are willing to go into the luxury tax if need be necessary. But with Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that's not really a hotbed of a destination for free agents to go. But with Giannis there, you hope that he can gravitate some players to come there. And you want him to stay in Milwaukee because if he don't, I don't see any likelihood chances of Milwaukee getting a great player like him in a minute. Because before Giannis, the great Milwaukee player was Brandon Jennings, O.J. Mayo, Ray Allen, Michael Redd. Before then, I don't even. Ooh, God, who the Bucks even have? Ooh, in the 90s and 80s, I can't even tell you. I mean, 80s, Sidney Moncrief. 70s, you got the Big O and you had Kareem. But, like, that, you see how far back I done went. So, obviously, there's like, a cutoff. That's like that's not that many lineage of players to come to Milwaukee. They just been drafted by them. So, you would hope that a player will want to come. If not, we can possibly see Giannis walk. And next season, hopefully, they don't do a trade. I hope this doesn't happen because I've seen something about Miami trying to trade for Giannis. That would be stupid for them to trade because he's a free agent next season. They have enough cap space to sign him. There have been other teams like the Clippers who are interested in him. The Warriors, who have also had. Let me get some water. I'm over swallowing some dry spit over here. Probably TMI right there. You probably didn't even know about that. But anyways, the Warriors, who is a team I heard about some interest in Giannis Antetokounmpo, which I think would be a great fit with him having some shooters like a Klay Thompson and a Steph Curry. But you also keep in mind their ages too. They're in their lower 30s. I think Steph will be going to be, I think he's 31 right now, and Klay's 30. So do you have like a couple years to go with that, and Giannis can just have the reins of the team going forward, because you also got to think about the Warriors have a second round, have the number 2 pick, which I think should be Obi Toppin. Or James Wiseman, whoever they pick, whoever it is, it should be a big man to complete their team. So to go along with that, they could possibly trade that next or this season if they want to do a trade. Because I think with their cap space is a little bit more limited because they already have 3 max players on their teams with Steph, Klay, and Wiggins, and you got Draymond Green making $100 million for 3 years. So their cap space is a little bit limited, so I can see if a trade was happening with them, how that would go about. And if you can kind of get that young player, whoever they get in the draft, and you can get possibly a Wiggins to go with that, they was to go about that way. Now, the Heat, they was able to get away in Game 5 because when I was watching it, they kind of played a little bit sloppy to begin with. But with the Bucks not having Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Heat still playing a little bit better, they was able to beat them 103-94.